Nintendo talked for 7 minutes about Pokemon Sword and Shield. We could talk for hours about Pokemon Sword and Shield, but in case you don't have time, here is a real quick hitter of the 3 things we loved most about today's reveal and the 3 things we didn't. If I'm honest, the biggest crime of the day may be that we didn't cry. That's what we were told, that's what we were sold, and it didn't happen. But Pokemon is here. Pokemon Sword and Shield are a thing, young Gabriel. They're coming before the end of the year. All of the hype has led us to this moment, and the first thing that we loved is that they made a major change.
Yes, visually, it doesn't look like Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee. That is one thing I was very afraid of. I didn't want it to look just like that. The actual characters do look a little similar, but the world itself looks vastly different, and I'm very, very happy that that major change happened.
Yes, indeed. They could have gone super standard. We'll still have to wait and see on what else has been modified or evolved, but for now, at least visually, scope, scale, size, it truly looks like a console Pokemon game befitting of the Switch. Something we didn't love, though, is the return of random battles. Both Gabe and I really liked the element in Let's Go where you got to see who you fought, and it looks like this time around, that's not the case.
I've even seen people say that this is a step back from Let's Go, Zach, which is a little bit bonkers just because that game wasn't catering to the hardcore like this is. Yes, it would have been really cool to see all these creatures out in the wild. Is there any chance that maybe we do see some in the wild that just weren't showing them because like they'd be like new Pokemon or something like that?
I hope so. Perhaps that is a good theory that they're keeping this new gen so under wraps that they didn't want to reveal anything, but it seems pretty evident from that clip that you do run into a wild Pikachu, and he sure ain't in that grass. I will say that the silver lining here is it seems like random battles will be back instead of just the catch-a-thon that we saw in Let's Go, so that is a good thing, but I do hope that there is some living, breathing Pokemon roaming about in this new region.
Speaking of Pokemon, Zach.
One thing we love today, Sabo. He can turn invisible, he can shoot water, he is cute and sad all at the same time, and I think the internet is embracing him as the starter of choice from Sword and Shield.
Such a transition for me and for you and for many other people. Fire is where we usually go. Sabo taking over our hearts. I want to know why he's sad, and I want to see if he transitions from being super sad and cute to super angry and ferocious. I kind of think that's going to be his character arc.
Or if he just gets sadder and sadder
and sadder. No, Zach.
But hey, he at least turned our frown upside down because something we didn't love was the first starter they showed, Scorebunny. And I feel guilty saying it because the starters are always usually just so cute and cuddly and lovable, and this one just, fire is where both of us typically fall, and we're dropping off Scorebunny.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go with Scorebunny for my starter this go around. It's going to be a break in tradition, Zach. I've always gone fire, and a lot of people have, like I said, so this one kind of bums me out, honestly. My heart hurts for Scorebunny.
Oh, his feet probably hurt because they were caught on fire, but he is impacting our palpitations currently. Maybe his evolutions will be redeeming, Gabe. That's always something to look out for. These guys start small, but they could grow into something truly legendary, or at least not legendary, but probably pretty cool. All right, the third thing that we really loved is the Galera region as a whole. I think it looks like a super sweet new region, not only because of the little visual flares of the big clock tower, the crop circles, but also the variety. And this ties into the major change they made visually, that they're able to expand upon how you experience that variety. Yes, we've had some pretty beautiful scenes in Pokemon before, but I love highlighting and showcasing the towns, the countrysides, the gem-filled mines, the snowy mountains. It feels like this is going to be maybe one of the coolest looking, and perhaps there's a chance to be our favorite region yet. I like the name Galar. I love the look at the big tall map and all that holds. Gabe, I know you're jonesing for a Ferris wheel ride.
I am. We see the Ferris wheel there at the very top. We also see like some mist-filled areas. I love what they're doing with the effects here because yes, we've had like snow areas before, but here like you see like the snow falling and it's a little bit more cinematic almost. And you know, a little bit more realistic look of the region definitely helps that out.
Everything is evolving and stepping up from a visual perspective, and hopefully that carries across to gameplay and mechanics as well. Something we don't like about the region, though, is that the camera is still fixed. With a world this beautiful and with a scope and size this vast, let us move that around. And maybe there are still some elements of exploration that we have yet to see, but right now it sure looks like traditional fixed scenes, fixed perspectives, and I think it's past time to break that mold.
Yeah, I want to go step on crop circles. I love that they're in the background, and I want to see what that ties into the story, but I want to just like be able to walk on them. Why can't I just go interact with things? Why do you have to hold me to wherever this camera is? Let us roam free like the Pokemon we are.
Exactly. Paths are cool, linearity can be fun, but in a world with this much adventure, we want to go everywhere, and we at least want to be able to flick that stick and turn our perspective. Those are the 3 that we loved. Those are the 3 that we didn't love so much. Let us know in the comments which one you loved the most and which one you didn't love the most. We're curious to hear what you have to say. We'll be back with more Pokemon coverage soon, but that's your quick hit on what went down today. The reveal is out there. Sword and Shield are coming. And for myself and Gabe, thanks so much for watching. A fantastic day. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and I'm pumped for Pokemon. Until next time, SwitchForce out.